now for our next news special report.
In the special report, we're going to uncover a distressing reality facing our nation, a record-breaking surge in homelessness signaling a deep economic downturn. Imagine over 653,000 Americans, equivalent to the entire population of a major city, now without a roof over their heads. This is not just a statistic, it's a humanitarian crisis unfolding on our streets. From the surging cost of living to a housing market in turmoil, the threads of our nation's economic fabric are unraveling at an alarming rate. And it's not just the numbers that are skyrocketing, it's the stories behind them that reveal the depth of the struggle that's facing ordinary Americans. This report isn't just about figures, it's about real lives being turned upside down. So stay with us as we delve into this crisis and make sure you don't miss the crucial final thought on why this matters to each and every one of us as Americans. Now, before we dive deeper, let's take a brief moment. Just like the clarity we bring you in today's news, our sponsors bring insight into some of life's biggest questions. You ever wondered about the nature of suffering, much like the economic hardships we're discussing today? Well, 10 Questions for James is a riveting 3D graphic novel, delves into profound questions. From exploring the mysteries of faith to uncovering the reality of our times, this book is rated 4.8 on Goodreads and offers a unique perspective. Available in paperback and ebook on Amazon, this is a must-read for those seeking understanding in tumultuous times. Strengthen your knowledge and faith, so grab your copy by clicking the link in the description. Now back to our in-depth report. Tonight we're diving into a troubling sign of our times, the unprecedented surge in homelessness across the United States. The latest figures are more than just numbers, they're a dire warning of the economic abyss we're plunging into. With over 653,000 individuals now homeless, we're witnessing the highest level of homelessness ever recorded. This year alone, homelessness increased by over 12%, the sharpest rise since federal tracking began in 2007. Consider this, the previous largest increase was only 2.7% in 2019. The magnitude of this crisis is unparalleled and it's unfolding right before our eyes. Watch.
This is the highest number of homeless people recorded since the federal government started this particular survey in 2007. Primarily, it's driven by people who became homeless for the first time. Just over 653,000 people were experiencing homelessness on a single night in 2023. That is up 12% from 2022. Black Americans continue to disproportionately be impacted, representing half of homeless families with children in America. This is the first time in a decade that family homelessness has increased in the U.S. There are 186,000 people in families with children experiencing homelessness. That is an increase of 16%. The top 5 major cities with the homeless populations are New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, San Diego, and Denver. New York City saw the largest increase year over year. More than half of the country's homelessness is in 4 states. California, with 28% of the homeless population, more than 181,000 people, followed by New York, Florida, and Washington. California also has the largest population of unsheltered homeless people. There are more than 120,000 people in California living on the streets and on sidewalks. That is nearly 8 times higher than the next highest state with unsheltered homeless people, Florida. Experts say this is all primarily due to extraordinary rent increases this past year.
Now, the spike in homelessness is a collision of a multiple of devastating factors. The end of the pandemic-era AIDS, soaring housing costs, and the relentless opioid epidemic are contributing to this catastrophic situation. When affordable housing becomes a distant dream and the safety net of government assistance disappears, the streets become the last resort for many. It's a perfect storm of economic and social challenges devastating communities across the nation. Moreover, the crisis doesn't impact all Americans equally. Disproportionately, as you heard, black individuals, who represent 13% of the U.S. population, account for 37% of the homelessness. The Asian and Asian American population witnessed a 40% increase in homelessness, the most significant percentage rise among all groups. Hispanic and Latino individuals experienced the largest numerical increase. These figures are not just alarming, they spotlight the deep-rooted inequalities that are plaguing our society. Now, this problem is starkly visible in our cities. In places like San Francisco, residents navigate streets marred by the consequences of widespread homelessness, including public health concerns like the infamous poopy dance to avoid human waste. It's a grim reflection of the collapse of basic human dignity and the failure of our system to provide for the most vulnerable. At the heart of the crisis is the unaffordability of housing. Skyrocketing housing costs have turned into a financial nightmare, particularly for the poorest Americans. A significant portion of the population spends over 50% of their income on rent, pushing them perilously close to homelessness. The unattainability of housing is not just a symptom of economic hardship, it's a catalyst for a broader societal collapse. But it's not just housing that's become unaffordable. The cost of living in general has soared to unprecedented heights. Take, for example, the price of a new Ford F-150, the symbol of American utility and strength. Its cost has skyrocketed, making it out of reach for most Americans. This mirrors the broader trend where a middle-class lifestyle is becoming increasingly unattainable for the majority. And despite the official narrative, for many Americans, the economic struggle feels like a recession. A survey by Bankrate found that 59% of U.S. adults believe the economy is already in a recession. The sentiment cuts across income levels, highlighting the widespread impact of the economic downturn. As we look ahead, the outlook appears bleak. The economy is not showing signs of significant improvement. Instead, it's teetering on the edge of further decline. With each passing day, more Americans are feeling the pinch, and the ranks of the homeless are swelling. So as we sit in our homes tonight, let's remember the hundreds of thousands who don't have that luxury. This is a crisis. It's not just about numbers or economic indicators. It's about real people, families, and lives turned upside down. It's a stark reminder of the challenges we face as a nation and the urgent need for solutions. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe, because this is more than just news. It's about understanding the critical issues shaping our nation and the lives of its citizens. As we conclude tonight's report, it's crucial to reflect on the significance of what we've discussed. The staggering rise in homelessness is not just a statistic. It's a glaring indicator of the profound challenges facing our republic. This crisis is a testament to the economic and societal hardships many Americans are enduring. It's a reminder that while we may refer to our nation as the land of opportunity, for too many that promise remains unfulfilled. The heart of the issue goes beyond the mere numbers. It's about the fabric of our society and the values we uphold. As we witness our fellow citizens grappling with homelessness, we're called to question the effectiveness of our systems and the direction in which our nation is heading. This story matters because it's about the American experience, in all its complexity and contradiction. It's a call to action for prompt introspection, and most importantly, a rallying cry for change.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.